Hola bonitas, today I'm going to be doing a review and wear test on the new R.E.M Beauty foundation. I'm very excited to be testing this out for you guys, letting you guys know if it's worth it or not. I do want to give a quick shout out to R.E.M Beauty for sending me this package over, but as always, you guys know I'm going to give you my honest thoughts. I want to see if this is worth the $35. So let's go ahead and do this makeup because I'm ready. So this is what the packaging looks like. You guys can see. I really like how sleek it is. Muy bonito. They did send me over 4 shades and I'm going to swatch them all right here so we can figure out which one would be best suited for me. Okay, so this first one is light 10 NW. It's very lightweight. Se ve así. This next one is medium 1W. Like that. Now here we have medium 2N. And then this last one is medium 4N. There are 60 shades of this, so there are options. I honestly don't know which one I want to go in with. I feel like I may go in with one of these two. Honestly, look very similar in tone. Do you guys see that? Like, I don't know. I'm between medium 2N and medium 4N, but I feel like medium 4N looks a little lighter, so I'm gonna have to just take medium 2N and see what happens. Okay, so I'm gonna take the foundation. And I do want to talk a little bit about this foundation while we apply it. This is the Sweetener foundation. And as always, I'm going to do one side with a sponge and the other side with a brush. This is also supposed to give a natural matte finish with a weightless feel. Medium 2, and that's medium 4. Do you see what I'm talking about? I feel like this one looks lighter. Let me just start off with this. Y a ver cómo me va. And then we can keep it moving. Okay, so I'm going to start off with my sponge. Okay, this actually isn't bad, medium 2. And it's blending really nicely. I just have my skincare underneath. I didn't go in with anything too crazy. I'm excited to see how this will work on its own. Let's read more. This is supposed to make the skin look healthier and more radiant. It does contain niacinamide, known to brighten, correct dullness, and reduce the look of pores, which I appreciate, especially because I didn't go in with a primer. Like, I feel like it just melted in the skin. Okay, I'm glad medium 2N is working because, like I said, that's what I was like, wait, is this gonna work out for me? So it's working. I feel like where it's gonna be a little lighter is the forehead because my forehead tends to be a little bit darker than the rest of my complexion, but we will make it work. I feel like medium 2N will definitely be more so of my winter shade. So this is what we're getting. This is a long wearing waterproof product. We're definitely gonna put it to the test for that through the wear test. Look, formula wise, I do like it. I feel like the formula is really nice. We have this much product left, which I honestly don't think I need because I feel like it covered everything it needed to cover. It's definitely, I feel like it is giving a natural matte finish because it doesn't look shiny or oily, but you can still see like the radiance from within in my skin. Like my skin looks like healthy skin. It doesn't look cakey or like, you know, a lot going on, but look how well it covered the rosacea. Very, very nicely. I appreciate the fact that like it feels like skin. It doesn't feel heavy or thick or any of that. And I also do like the fact that it is like a skincare foundation hybrid infused with skin loving ingredients to deliver that long wearing natural matte coverage. I love that brands are going in that direction when it comes to their makeup because I do believe good skin and just makeup looking good starts with skincare. We're gonna go in and we're gonna do this side, and for this side I'm going to be taking a brush because I do want to see how it applies with a brush. So I feel like you do not need it a lot with this. That's something else I'm seeing from this. So I feel like a little bit of this goes a long way. So I'm just taking my Makeup by Ariel brush. Yeah, like I feel like the coverage in this is really full. It's covering instantly. I personally think for me, like I love a good full coverage moment, especially for like the special occasion, but I probably would use a damp sponge for it. Like I went in on this side because look at what the brush, is giving you like real deal coverage. I feel like this color is a little lighter than what I would want at the current moment. I feel like in the winter this will be like the perfect match, but I have to say it's looking pretty good. So this is with a brush and this is with a sponge. What do you guys think? Like I definitely do think with a brush it looks so full coverage. Like it's not a bad thing, but lately I honestly haven't been into this type of coverage. I like things that like more so look like skin. I think that with a sponge, it looks absolutely beautiful. I would say if you go in with a brush, less is more. So you guys can kind of see how that's going. But this is what we have going on. Also says here that it's clinically proven to hydrate instantly and up to 4 weeks. So I do appreciate the hydration. I feel like as we're moving into colder months soon, I definitely do need the extra hydration, especially from the products that I wear on my skin, because my skin can get dry. Also with rosacea cheeks, it can get very flaky in those areas. Even though I have a very oily T-zone, I still feel like my cheeks, if I don't prep them correctly, they can be dry. So I do appreciate the fact that this foundation is going to give me that extra hydration that I need. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the rest of my makeup, then I'll come back to give you guys my first impressions and we can go ahead and start this word test. So stay tuned. Okay, bonitas, here's the full face of makeup complete using the new R.E.M Beauty foundation. Así se ve. And it is 8:02 a.m. So estamos empezando tempranito. We're starting early. This is what we look like. Honestly, I really love how this foundation set. You guys can see. Because I was like, do I need to go in with a powder, a pressed powder? But honestly, no, like once everything's on, it really does set to like a nice, natural skin-like matte. And I really like that. Something else I will say, now that everything's on top of the foundation, like our cream bronzer, our blush, I definitely do feel like I still like this side better where we went in with the sponge. I feel like it just looks more natural, more lightweight. This side does look a little bit heavier. And like I said, lately I've been very into just a very natural skin-like type of look on my skin. And I just feel like this doesn't enhance as much as my texture as this does. So that's just kind of where I'm at with it. I feel like the shade, once I have applied the bronzer and everything, especially on the forehead, because that's kind of where, like I said, my complexion is a little more tan than the rest of my face, I definitely do feel like it comes together nicely. I still would want to swatch the shade 7N just to see how that kind of works on me, because I feel like that probably would be better. But this shade in medium 2N isn't bad, especially like I said, for my winter complexion. So this is what we look like. Ooh, I want to say one more thing. This worked really well with my cream blush. I used the Makeup by Mario cream blush and it works so good. Like literally no separation whatsoever. Like it just melted in with the foundation. So I was like, ooh, R.E.M Beauty, I like this. Definitely do appreciate that. Like I said, I feel like in the beginning I was thrown off by the shades. I'm like, is this gonna work? But now that it's on, I'm definitely liking it. This is a long wearing foundation. So now we're gonna really put it to the test to see how it does for the entire day and see what our thoughts are. I have oily skin and I definitely do like this finish. I feel like it's just very skin-like finish for every day. I love that. Obviously for an evening night out, I probably would powder a little bit, maybe like right here. But I kind of just wanna see how this does on its own today. So right now, like I said, it's 8:04. I'm gonna go ahead and begin my wear test. It is very cloudy out, so just keep that in mind for the in natural lighting clip that I'm gonna do next. But so far, I like this. We shall see cómo me va for the entire day. We shall see how this goes. Let's start this wear test. I'll see you guys later. Las veo al rato. Okay, bonitas, here I am in the natural light. Aquí estoy en la luz natural. Y así se ve. This is the R.E.M Beauty foundation. It is cloudy, like I mentioned, so just keep that in mind. But I think the lighting looks pretty good here. So this is the side with the sponge. And then this is the side with the brush. Do you guys see? I feel like you can kind of see my texture a little bit more because it is more full coverage on the side with the brush. It's not the foundation's fault. It's just a really good full coverage foundation. So you have options. You can wear it more full coverage or you can wear it a little bit more natural with the damp sponge. I personally, like I said, I love that more natural effect, especially for like day to day. I could always go in and build it up for like an evening out. But I also love the finish it gives me. I feel like it gives me really good natural matte finish that looks healthy like skin, but still doing a good job of like keeping those oils in place and not having it look dewy or like any of that, which I appreciate because I feel like a lot of foundations recently have been like super like luminous or just like more dewy. And I feel like this is a true soft matte, like that perfect in between, not matte and flat, but not like dewy. So that's what it looks like. And honestly, the color in the natural lighting, it looks pretty good. Like the color looks pretty good. So I can't complain. I still, like I said, I still do want to swatch the other shade 7N, but the color doesn't look that bad. I feel like once you warm it up with bronzer, it all works together. So I'm going to carry on with the rest of my day and I will see you guys later for my final thoughts on the R.E.M Beauty foundation and if this is worth it or not, because obviously the wear test is going to tell us how oily we get, all that good stuff. So I'll see you guys later. Okay, bonitas, I am back. Right now it is 7:36 p.m. y ya terminamos el día. We just finished the day. So I'm here to talk about the new R.E.M Beauty Sweetener foundation. Okay, así se ve. Honestly, I have to say longevity, it did hold up very well. And I actually went on a walk this morning with my best friend and we were outside. It was humid. If you know Maryland weather, it gets hot and very, very, very humid. So whenever you see my hair natural, it's because it's way too hot for me to do anything else to it, or else it'll poof up. So I really like how it held up because I was sweating a little bit. It was a hot, humid day this morning. And I feel like the makeup is still really nicely and in place. The only thing I'm noticing is like right here, it kind of did like cause like, I don't know, some sort of like issue with my bronzer, my cream bronzer. Like I just feel like kind of like stuck with it. But obviously I can blend that out. Let me see if I blend it out. Oh, there's still residue of the foundation, but if you blend it out, I think it's a little bit better. Honestly, by the end of the day, I feel like both sides look pretty good. I still would say definitely use a sponge with this if you do want that more like natural skin-like finish. I also have to say, for me personally, somebody with a very like oily T-zone and like around the nose, I think it did pretty well. Obviously we are a little dewy, but not as dewy as I can get. If you guys do watch my videos, you know how dewy I can get. So I think that definitely was a good thing about this. It is a little sticky, which I personally don't like when foundations are too sticky. So there is a little bit of stickiness to this, but I do appreciate the longevity. I also really do appreciate how beautiful the skin looks for a good part of the day. You guys saw how it looks in the beginning. In natural lighting too, it looked fantastic. You guys can see, I definitely do think it's a good foundation. I think for the price, $35, if you are looking for a higher end product, I think that's not bad, honestly, for what you're getting. So I would say if you've been eyeing this and you want that natural matte finish, I think you will like it. I think it wears really nicely through the day. Therefore, I can like justify that price of $35. And like I said, I was out there in the heat walking for a good hour or so, or maybe even more. And I appreciated how well it did, because I was really worried. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna walk out of this walk and my makeup is gonna be melted off, but no. I would say go in store. I think they're gonna bring this to Ulta. They probably will. Swatch the shades and see which one works best for you. That's what I would recommend over ordering it online. But it's up to everybody to do whatever is easier for them, but that just would be my recommendation. Especially I feel like when there's a lot of shades, it can be a little bit harder to figure out which one is your correct shade. So that's pretty much it. You guys have a fabulous day. Don't forget to stay safe, stay blessed, and stay beautiful. Y nos vemos pronto. Adiós, bonitas.